Welcome to the ScanSnap plus Neat integration webinar. Hope you guys are having a good Wednesday so far. With me today, I have Scott and Michael from ScanSnap, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves in a moment. For those of you who are not familiar with me, my name is Nicole. I'm the Director of Customer Success here at the Neat Company. I've worked at Neat for over 10 years now, and I started with Neat as, a tier 1 tech support agent in the call center, answering phones, chats, and emails, all about Neat. So I've had quite the journey here with Neat, and using that hands-on experience that I have, I'm really trying to empower users to make the most out of their Neat tools. With me today from Neat, I also have Tia, George, and Melissa, who are all customer success leads here with tons of experience like myself, and they're going to be here to help answer some of your Neat-related questions in chat. I'm going to pass it over to Scott and Michael to tell us more about them.
All right. Well, thank you, Nicole. Well, good afternoon and good morning, everyone. I'm Scott Francis. I'm the technology evangelist for Ricoh document scanners here in the US. And I have a great job because I get to talk to you, our customers, to find out what you like and what you need from our products. As you may know, we're very customer driven in terms of how we create our products, how we come up with feature updates. So this is a great opportunity to hear from you today. We've got a great QA session. We're looking right at the chat right now as we're talking. So looking forward to your feedback. And it's just great to meet all of you here on the webinar. Also today, we have Michael Cedejas. Michael is our Director of Product Management for our ScanSnap division. I really refer to Michael as Mr. ScanSnap. He's been promoting the products for almost 20 years now. So Michael knows all things ScanSnap, and it's great to have him on the call today as well. Great. Well, let's get started. All right. So we're going to do a poll question in just a moment. But for those of you who don't know about ScanSnap, we are proud to be the most trusted solution for individual and small business scanning with our family of ScanSnap scanners. And you may know that we also make enterprise scanners. Now, today you're going to see me drinking from a Ricoh coffee mug. Many of you who know ScanSnap know us as a Fujitsu product. We've been making scanners for over 30 years, and Fujitsu has over 200 companies. One of those companies is PFU, and they've been making ScanSnap as well as all of our other industry-leading scanners, again, for over 30 years. Well, last year, Ricoh bought 80% of our division, and with that, the entire scanner organization has moved over to Ricoh. So I just wanted to mention that in case you've remembered ScanSnap as a Fujitsu product. We've all moved over to the Ricoh team. We've essentially moved from one multi-billion-dollar company to another. Although we're part of a large company with a $700 million annual R&D budget, we are a very unique, tightly knit organization on the scanner side. And we are singularly focused on making great scanners based on customer feedback. So if you've used ScanSnap already, you know all about why we're the best. If you haven't, we'd love to have you give us a try. It's not just about great products, it's also about customer support. We've got a customer care department that is great, just like Neat's, very focused on customer satisfaction. So you can call us up to get help with installation or simply to ask us a question. We're always happy to hear from you. All of our techs have scanners right on their desk, and we're focused on your satisfaction. And we think with ScanSnap, it's all about having that great automatic feature set. So you don't have to be a scanner expert. You just get great performance. And that's all about our intelligent performance and ease of use. So why don't we start with the poll question? We'd like to know, for all of our webinar attendees today, are you using ScanSnap today? All right, and we're looking at the answers come in right now. We've got Many of you are using our iX 1600, which is right on the screen. We offer it in white and black. This is our flagship model. Many of you are using the iX 1500, which was the last generation, which is also a great, amazing scanner. And of course, the iX 500. This is the top selling personal and small business scanner over a 10-year period. And we've got some webinar attendees using other scanner models. And we've got some webinar attendees using other types of scanners. So again, a great opportunity to learn more about ScanSnap. All right, well, we'll look for some more answers there, but this is definitely helpful. Today, we're going to focus a little bit on ScanSnap, but we're going to jump right into the integration. We're going to talk about the latest integration between our iX models and Neat and how we can support that with our one-touch cloud scanning. And we'll explain why this is unique and how it benefits you. And then, as Nicole mentioned, we're going to jump right into a demo. So let's learn a little bit more about ScanSnap. So again, for a lot of our webinar attendees, almost half of you on the call, you know all about scanning in a snap. And that is the promise for ScanSnap. It is all about this 1, 2, 3 process of loading paper, pressing a button, and getting that image on the screen. And that's what it's all about. And of course, you can close ScanSnap to have it in its low power saving mode. You can open it up. It starts very fast. We know that when you need to scan documents, you don't have a lot of time to waste. And that's why we focused on every step of the process. We want to optimize the speed to help you get documents right into Neat. You've got a receipt, you need to get it into Neat. We make that fast and easy, or for any document that you're scanning. And that intelligence. You know, a lot of scanners out there boast a lot of features, but the devil is in the details. ScanSnap's intelligent processing just allows you to load documents of different sizes, shapes, orientations, simplex, duplex, all in the same batch. And ScanSnap helps you figure it out. We take all of that chaos on the left side of this slide and we convert it into perfect images on the right. And these settings are default. You don't have to know to enable them. And because ScanSnap is a complete solution to capture the file and send it over to Neat, there's no additional processes. There's no buttons to click. There's no software to launch. And that's what it's all about. So this is why ScanSnap is unique from other scanners out there. Also, the accuracy of our algorithms are second to none. And that makes a big difference as well. You can say that you've got blank page deletion, but you've got to be able to do it consistently. Or auto orientation. ScanSnap really excels in the accuracy of its intelligent features. And we've got a wide variety of models to suit your needs. So here we've seen the different models our webinar attendees are using. Why don't you go over our 5 ScanSnap models and kind of explain how they are unique?
You bet, Scott. So yeah, so as Scott was mentioning, we've been in this business for a really long time, and the ScanSnap has many generations of innovation that have taken place over the years. As you see there on the left, the iX 1600 is our 9th generation, believe it or not, of this particular flagship model. And over that entire time, we've been adding products as we've been learning about our customers, going to events and going through our support cases and all this type of information that we get through our product registration about how people are actually using a ScanSnap. And so inside of there, you have the iX 1600, which is our flagship model. It has a touch panel. That touch panel, along with its wireless capabilities, gives it a very unique capability of being deviceless, meaning that a PC or Mac is not even necessary to attach to the product in order to use it. But of course, you can use those traditional features as well. The iX 1400 is essentially the same as the iX 1600 without a panel and without the Wi-Fi. It's USB connect only, because we found that there was a large community out there that simply just wanted that USB connectivity and a single one button interaction. No decisions to make, just put the paper in, push one button, and it's done. And so that favorite paradigm for that kind of scanner is represented with the iX 1400. Recently, we came out with the new iX 1300. That's a wireless scanner. It's also got the one button, But what's interesting about this product is that it has two feeders. So the top feeder that you see, it opens up the lid, the paper can go in that scanner, and instead of the paper going through the feeder and then coming out onto the desk, it actually wraps it around and lays the scans directly in a U-turn path so that that scanner can sit in a very small space. It's not just a small footprint in terms of its physicality, but it's small footprint in terms of its operational footprint. It doesn't take up a lot of space ejecting the paper. It also has a feeder on the bottom that allows you to scan documents straight path through it, very thick things like credit cards and hard cards. Really, it's got an amazing capacity to scan through photographs, things of that nature. So it's a double feeder system that allows users to basically select how best they're going to use it based on perhaps a very conservative space on their desk. And then our iX100 is our mobile version of that product. It's got a single simplex scan through. It's meant for those individuals that have already pretty much adopted the ScanSnap paradigm. They perhaps have an iX1600 or 1400 sitting on their desk, but they want to take that same functionality on the road. So these scanners can be connected using a single driver. So when that laptop leaves your office, you can take it on the road. The iX100 will, of course, work with it. But that device, too, is also wireless. So you can actually scan to a cloud service using that product directly to your mobile device or to a cloud service. So really great functionality. And then, of course, you see that strange looking thing at the very right-hand side, the SV600. That's our overhead scanner. That's ScanSnap's idea of a flatbed scanner. Instead of having a flatbed scanner that's really large and very cumbersome in terms of opening up and putting on documents, it takes that entire concept and reverses it. We've got a floating head assembly, which actually rotates out and scans documents, as you can see here, even books up to nearly 3 inches thick. It also has incredible technology that can detect when pages are being turned and then do an automatic scan of that page. So a fantastic array of products that the ScanSnap now offers across a very wide product family.
That's great. I mean, we really do have a wide selection of ScanSnap models. Personally, I love my iX1600 and I have an iX100 as well. So when I travel on the road, it's great to get ahead of my expense report. So I scan those receipts right into Neat, and it just gets me ahead of the game. When I get back from my business trips, all of my receipts are already captured and classified, and it really helps me get ahead of those expense reports. But all these models have a different mission. And of course, many of you out there might have multiple models. Well, as Michael was going over the range of models, I was taking a look at our chat, and I love the comments out there. Let me just bring up one of them for discussion. The question was, how long have our scanners, how long has ScanSnap been working with Neat? And Nick had mentioned at least 13 years. I was thinking that as well. ScanSnaps have been in the market for about 22 years. Michael, what's your take on that question?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, exactly. I for a very long time, there was an integration that still is out there with Neat that goes back that far. And in fact, I knew the principal people there in Philadelphia at the time when that integration took place. So you're right. This is going on over a dozen years now. I do remember attending an event several years ago. I think it was an AIM event, and I was just so happy to see at that time an FI series scanner on the Neat event table saying, hey, that's great, because it was such a popular and continues to be such a popular brand for scanners for the market, that Neat recognized that and had that actually on the event table too. So yeah, it's been a long partnership.
I remember. And Nicole, you've been with Neat for a long time. Do you remember the first time that you experienced ScanSnap?
Yeah, Scott, thanks. It's got to be about the entire time I've been here with me, just about 10 years. I'm going to talk a little bit about the older integration as well, and bring up some of the scanner models that we have support documentation for as well. And once we get into the Neat part of this, but yeah, the ScanSnap and Neat has worked together for quite some time. Several different scanner models can connect to Neat or to our scan utility and to help you streamline that document management flow.
Awesome. All right. Looking forward to hearing about those integrations. All right. So let's kind of focus on the utility of ScanSnap, because it's not just for Windows. So in this slide, There are three primary ways that you can use ScanSnap. Of course, with our models, you've got our ScanSnap Home software. And this is the latest version. Some of you might still be using ScanSnap Manager, ScanSnap Home, or maybe even using Ractifiler, as I saw in some of the comments, or CardMinder, our former business card scanning application. Well, those have all now been combined into one application, which is ScanSnap Home. And we have that for Windows and Mac. Also, for our wireless models, so you can see here on this slide in the lower left-hand corner, we have three wireless models, the iX1600, the iX1300, and the iX100. And then we've had our former wireless models like the iX500 and iX1500. So with those wireless models, you can scan directly to your device. So you can scan to your phone, whether you're running iOS or Android, and we now support even Chrome OS. So if you're using Neat Cloud on a Chromebook, we've got a solution for you as well. You can scan directly into Neat with our cloud integration, and you can manage your files on your Chromebook right on Neat's cloud. So it's a great solution, maybe for students out there or people who are just looking for a more cost-effective and easy to use computer. Chromebooks are great. So we've got you covered there as well. And then our direct to cloud feature, that's what we're going to talk about next. So the direct to cloud feature is very unique because you can scan directly to the cloud without a device, without your computer or your phone or tablets. We'll talk about that more in a following slide. But before we get there, if you don't know about ScanSnap, how can it help you? Well, again, over 100 of the attendees today know all about how ScanSnap and Neat help them on a daily basis. But if you don't have a scanner, if you're using an MFP, for instance, there is a better way. Having ScanSnap truly does help you reduce document clutter. Get all of that paper off your desk. Get all of that paper out of your file cabinet so you can access it wherever you are, whenever you need it. It truly helps to find information faster. You know, we hear stories about people, just heard one last week. Someone had bought a furnace almost 10 years ago. Well, at 9.5 years, that furnace went out and it had a 10-year warranty. They were able to find their receipts, their warranty card, and they were able to service that warranty. A lot of people out there simply wouldn't have that documentation and they'd just be buying a new furnace. So, I mean, that's just one success story. But if you're running a small business, finding information faster helps you respond to customers faster. It helps you retain their information. It certainly helps you communicate more effectively. You know, many of you out there in industries like real estate are still doing a lot of faxing. ScanSnap is just better. Scanning full color documents to email, using Neat to manage all of your expenses. And that's that last bullet point. If you are looking to run your personal or business finances, ScanSnap and Neat are the perfect solution. You can do it faster, making you more productive so you can do work that matters. And that's what it's all about. That's why we think ScanSnap and Neat are the perfect integration. All right, so let's jump into that cloud integration. So our direct to cloud scanning feature allows you to configure the wireless models that I mentioned, so you can simply have ScanSnap plugged in and ready to go. When you get a receipt that you want to send into Neat, all you have to do is go over to the scanner, add the receipt, and press the Neat button. At that point, the receipt is scanned right into Neat's cloud. There's no software to launch. You don't have to open your computer or get with your phone or tablet. The scanner is already connected to your internet through the router, and it's ready to go. This is fast and convenient. It's just easy to use. Now, of course, if you want to use the traditional integration, you can do that. But again, for when you get a receipt, when you get home from a restaurant, when you get back from a trip, if you didn't have a scanner with you and you want to scan those receipts quickly, walk over, wake ScanSnap up, load those receipts, press a button, and you're done. The receipts are now in Neat, ready to be processed. And we're going to show that as a demo coming right up so you can see how easy it is. In under 30 seconds, I'm going to scan 2 receipts right into Neat. And that's basically the whole time of waking up ScanSnap, adding the 2 receipts, scanning them, and then they are in Neat. It's that easy. All right. So Nicole, with that, I think, let's see what we've got next. Oh, we're going to go through the demo in a second, but I remembered that I did add 2 more slides. And of course, this recording is going to be available shortly after today's broadcast. So this is everything you need to do to set up ScanSnap Cloud to scan to Neat. So I've got 5 steps outlined in this slide. The first most important point is when you open ScanSnap Home, you need a cloud account. And we are proud to say that there's no additional charge. It's included with ScanSnap, and it's got a lot of value because it lets you scan and make documents fully searchable as PDFs before we send them over to the cloud. So go to ScanSnap Home and create an account. It takes about a minute. And again, it's free of charge. No credit card is required. Simply your name, your email address, and we're ready to go. Once you have that cloud account on ScanSnap Home, all you need to do is create a new profile. And the slide on the next page will show you that profile. You're going to select Upload Files to Cloud as you set up that new profile. And then you're going to select the cloud service and select Neat. And then you're going to click the Add button. It's as simple as these 5 steps. Even if you're not highly savvy, it takes less than, I'm going to ballpark it under 5 minutes. I did it last time in about 90 seconds. It just depends on how fast you are. This is not a complicated process. And when you add the new profile, I'll click to the next slide, we default all of the settings, right? So here's the Add New Profile screen that you're seeing right here. On the left side, you'll see Upload Files to a Cloud. That was the step that I mentioned in the instructions. And then from there, you go right over to the right side and select Neat as your cloud service. Once you do that, it will jump you over to Neat and you'll add your username and credentials. You'll log in directly to Neat as you would normally do. And then once we do that, we have an authentication token and we're all set. We're automatically going to bump the image quality up to best so you get great accuracy. All of the settings are fine-tuned, so you don't have to make any changes. You just have to hit the Add button, and you are ready to go. Once you hit that Add button, there will be a button on your iX1600, for instance, for Neat, and you're ready to scan right to Neat. And of course, as I mentioned, if you need help, that's not a problem. We've got operators standing by. Our tech support department is great. They've got scanners on their desk, as I mentioned. You can call us at 1-800-626-4686, option 2, and that's going to get you right into our tech support department, and we will walk you through this process. Again, it's pretty straightforward, but if you need our help, we are happy and ready to do it. So that's what it's all about. So Nicole, I think at this point, we are ready to jump into our demo.
Yep, give me 1 second here. Let me pull that up.
Great. So again, as I explained in the demo, we're going to go over, wake up ScanSnap and press the button, and we're ready to go. And the documents are scanned, and you'll see ScanSnap, the control panel, come back to blue, and it's done. It's ready to go. That is all it took to walk over to ScanSnap and see those documents. But the best part, and Nicole, if you could play it one more time, you'll see me press the control panel of the screen at the start of the video, and that wakes ScanSnap up. So it's black right now. I'm going to press it, and boom, it's ready to go. I'm going to load those documents. I pulled out the tray, and I hit the scan button. And then from there, it's going to scan right into Neat. And again, there's no computer attached. There's no tablet or phone. It's easy to use. And from there, all those documents are in Neat. Nicole, why don't you show us on the other side how those documents come into Neat?
Yep. Thank you, Scott. Thank you so much for that. It is so cool to see the ScanSnap integration working live. I'm going to pick up where you left off to show everybody where these files end up in Neat and what you should do with your files afterwards. Before I do, I have a few things I want to go over with you guys, especially for those who are not super familiar with Neat, and I also have a poll to share. So I'm going to share that poll with you guys right now. This poll is just going to ask you guys whether or not you're currently using Neat to get organized, or if you want to use Neat to get organized. So go ahead and let us know whether or not you're using Neat. And if it's something that you're interested in using, we can certainly follow up with you. Looks like lots of customers here are already using Neat. A lot of people said no, but they want to as well. Some of you said no, you're using another solution for organizing. So I'm excited to show you the difference between other solutions that you might be using and Neat. So let's go ahead and jump into that. I have a few slides to share with you guys here. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with Neat, Neat is a great tool for document storage and organization, and also expense management and budgeting, really depending on what your unique needs are. Using your ScanSnap scanner, you can upload your physical files to Neat and have them digitized so that you can access them anytime, anywhere using our web application and our mobile application as well. You can upload as many files as you want to Neat because we offer unlimited cloud storage regardless of the plan type you're currently on. And all files that you scan to Neat are processed. All files that you scan or upload to Neat through our various upload methods are also processed by our OCR technology, turning every word on every file that you scan into Neat into a keyword searchable file. Neat also provides you with a very clear and consistent file naming convention, which is absolutely necessary for having a well-organized and easy-to-manage database. Users can also categorize their expenses based on the type of expense it is and its purpose, making it super easy to track different types of expenses like gas versus equipment versus meals. And then you can also use that data and actually run reports using that data on all those different categorizations later. Now, Neat also offers several other ways for you to get files into Neat. So you have scanning as one method, but there are several others as well. We have the Neat mobile application, which allows you to not only capture items using your phone's mobile camera, but also manage all of your files on the go. And most necessary features that are available within our web application are available to you already within our Neat mobile app as well. And the Neat mobile app comes with all Neat subscriptions, so everybody has access to that. We also support email forwarding, which enables you to send email attachments and e-receipts directly to Neat, even at the point of checkout. We offer the ability to import files to Neat directly from your computer, including JPEGs, PDFs, and PNG files. There's a couple other there that I can't think of. And then we also offer print to Neat as well, which is a unique feature that allows you to send payment confirmation pages and web pages directly to Neat also. And then finally, we offer a couple different scanning methods. So we offer Wi-Fi scanning capabilities. And as Scott has demonstrated, this new ScanSnap Neat integration really allows you to send files to Neat directly over Wi-Fi, especially with the iX1600 scanner. However, we do also support hardwire scanning options as well. So if you have one of these older ScanSnap models, the iX100, the iX500, or the iX1300, all of those scanners are also compatible with an older integration that we have with ScanSnap that is more through hardwire scanning. I saw several questions come in about these different scanner models. So if you have them, they will work with Neat through our older integration. They just don't work exactly like Scott has just demonstrated. But we do have Help Center articles on our Help Center that'll walk you through setting these scanners up. And if you need any help, you can always reach out to our support team, who is available, 9 a.m. until 8 p.m. Monday through Friday Eastern Daylight Time. So with that, I'm going to now hop into Neat and show you guys where Scott's files went, pick up where Scott left off. So give me 1 second here while I share my Neat account with you guys. This one. And I'm just going to double check and make sure you can see that. Looks like you can. Awesome. So here we have Neat. This is what Neat looks like when you log in. Now, we do offer a few different plan types. This account is currently on our Neat plus Automated Insights plan. So this is the plan type that gives you access to everything that is available within Neat. So I have to my left, I have 3 different sections. I have a transactions section here, I have a files section here, and an invoices section. And these are the 3 main feature sets that Neat offers. Now, all files that you upload to Neat, including any files that you send from your ScanSnap scanner, are going to be found in your needs review filter. Your needs review filter is like your inbox, and it allows you to quickly find any files that you've recently added to Neat, added to your Neat database, so that you can review them and file them away and put them in a folder that you need to put them in. So we can see here are some of the files that Scott uploaded using his ScanSnap scanner. And at a glance, we can see that, these files were already processed by Neat's OCR processing. And we can already see that some of the key factual data about these files were parsed for me by Neat already. And this parsing tool will help you to kind of streamline that data entry process in Neat. Opening up this Neat building supply receipt, which Scott scanned, we can see all of my receipt fields over here. So lots of different ways that you can categorize and detail your file or tag your file. So we can see up at the top in the receipt detail fields that Neat has gone through, and it looks like it has correctly parsed data about my amounts, my vendor, and my dates. And then it also added a category for me, an expense category for me. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to update this expense category so that I have a more specific expense category. That way, if I run a report that includes this file in Neat later, I will have very specific expense categories within my report. Neat also gives you all of these other ways to classify your file as well, including the ability to create customer lists, project lists, product lists, and location lists. And Neat will track all of these different lists for you so that you can apply them to other files that you have in your database. And you can also use these lists, these different projects and customers and products that you have, to also filter your files and report on your files later. Neat also gives you the ability to add notes to each one of your files that you upload, and the notes are keyword searchable as well. So if you type something in your notes, you can use that for keyword search. And Neat also provides you with a completely customizable folder structure. So the folder structure that you see here is a completely customized structure that I created. You will not have the same folders that I have in my database. And, it's set up so that you can set up a structure that fits your specific needs best, however you want to organize your files. So I can go ahead and I can select a folder for my file and I can save it. Now, our recommended workflow when you add files to Neat is to get in the habit of logging into your account, checking your needs review filter for any new files that you've added to Neat, opening each one to check to make sure that the data is accurate, that the expense categorization is the proper category, that you've classified, added any other classifications that you wanted to add to the file, and then just to make sure to put it in the folder that matches it best. Now, I mentioned earlier that all the files that you send to Neat go through our OCR processing, which I can actually demonstrate for you guys right now. So I can do that using our text selection tool here. This tool here, when I click it, allows me to highlight any text on a file that has been processed through OCR processing. So all of the text that you can see here that I've highlighted in this purpley color has been OCR'd and processed by our OCR processing. I can even select and copy text directly from this file and paste it in other applications or in my notes if I need to. So I've just highlighted this line here. I'm going to go down to my notes section. I'm going to copy it, and then I'm pasting it by clicking Control-C and then Control-V and pasting that directly into my notes. So what this has done is, Scott has taken a physical document, a paper document, he's scanned it into Neat using a ScanSnap scanner, and then Neat has taken all of the words on the file and turned them into OCR text that I can actually use later, not only in reports in Neat, but I can just actually interact with the text on the file. This also is a great demonstration of how you can run keyword search using OCR text. So any text that has been processed through OCR processing is also a keyword that you can use to search for a file. So for example, if maybe I needed to do a return or exchange of this belt sander that I purchased. And maybe I don't know where the receipt is. I can't remember what folder I saved it in, but I do know the name of the item. I could, I just copied that. We'll discard my changes here. I'm going to go into my all files folder, which shows me all 382 files I'm currently storing in this database. I could use those keywords here by pasting them into my keyword search here up the top, and Neat will look through all of my 400 files to find any files that match those specific keywords. And just like that, just that simply, I was able to find this Neat building supply receipt that mentions this belt sander. And so very quickly, both on my mobile application and in my web application, I could quickly find this receipt if I needed to for a return or exchange or some other need. Another common search term that I see users use is searching by the total amount. A lot of times, especially when you're looking for a receipt or some sort of expense, you know the total amount, but you might not know other details about the file. So for example, you could type in the total amount of any file and enter, and it will bring up all files that match that specific amount or that specific keyword search term. So as you can see, using Neat will help you to create this well-organized database that's easy to manage and allows you to digitize all of your physical documents and then actually interact with and keyword search all of those files later. Now, the tools that I'm focusing on right now are really focused on the document organization side of things, but you can also integrate Neat with your bank or credit card account as well. So that will actually allow for a more automated expense tracking experience. So here in our transaction section of Neat, transaction streaming allows you to connect all of your bank and credit cards to Neat and stream all of your transactions in from all of your financial accounts into one place until, that you can run reports on, you can export, and it's just a centralized location where you can get a full picture of all of your finances. And you can even upload source documents to your file cabinet using your ScanSnap scanner and then match them to transactions within the transaction section of Neat. For example, I have this transaction here for Neat building supply, and I was able to match that to the matching Neat building supply within my file cabinet, effectively allowing me to reconcile my expenses each month. And we even offer a monthly review workflow that walks you through this process of matching your transactions with your source documents in your file cabinet so that you can feel confident that you've reviewed everything and that all of your files have been reconciled each month. Our transactions features also support automated insights and reporting as well, which allow you to analyze your spending and your income over a period of time. So we have all of these different insights here that you can use, and they're generated automatically using the transaction data. But lastly, another key benefit of Neat is that it can help you prepare for tax season. So the app can help you generate reports that show the total you've spent on your expenses over a given time, which is super useful for calculating deductions and other tax-related information. And this can, save you even more time and money by making the tax filing process a more streamlined and efficient process. If you ever need help with anything in Neat, you can always access help and support here at the bottom left-hand corner. Clicking this button gives you access to a suite of different support options that you have available. You have everything from new announcements to access to our full knowledge base. You can open a support ticket here and email us at any point in time, or even open up a chat. And lastly, you can even schedule a one-on-one session with a Neat expert on one of our VIP support plans. So you can actually pick a time off of a calendar that works best for you, and we will reach out to you to answer all of your questions. So that's it. That was really what I wanted to kind of show you guys with what you can do with Neat. I think at this point now we're kind of going to switch over into a Q&A, right? Scott, did you have anything else that you wanted to mention here?
I think it was great. I mean, your demo of the Neat dashboard really shows why the products are so well integrated together. The example you gave about finding that receipt so you can do a return or exchange is exactly what we're talking about. So the power of what Neat can do to manage your files and then allow you to access them wherever you are is really powerful.
Absolutely. Thank you, Scott. So I think we have a few minutes here where we can answer, a few questions that have come in. I do want to let you guys know any questions that don't get answered during this webinar, we will follow up with you. So don't worry, please post your question and someone will follow up with you, even if we don't get the opportunity to answer it directly in this webinar. But I think a few questions have come in that we can probably answer.
Yeah, there's been a lot of great activity while we were talking in the chat.
Yeah. Yeah, I see George, Melissa, and T are working overtime over here trying to get to all of these questions that have come in. Lots of great stuff that has come in. Let's see. I know that there was a few ScanSnap questions that came in that I thought were really interesting. Let me see if I can find some of those.
Nicole, I saw a question maybe for Michael that came in.
Yeah.
One of our webinar guests has, let's say, an iX 1600 at home and in the office. Can they have the same ScanSnap home account to have that profile on both of those scanners?
Yeah, that's what's really great about the iX 1600 is that aside from the fact that it's wireless and has that touch panel, it allows it to be a shared device. And in this case, it's going to be shared by the same user. So a profile can be basically dispositioned onto one scanner at home, and the same profile can be on the other scanner. So absolutely, the answer to that question is yes. They'll be able to do scanning to Neat using the same ScanSnap Cloud account even. They don't have to open up a different account just because they have a different scanner. That ScanSnap Cloud account will allow two scanners to be associated with that single account. So yes, very easily so.
Awesome.
Great. Nicole, I see another question that came in. I've used ScanSnap for some time, but I never know the correct order whether I should open the scanner or launch the software first. Is there an easy way to get from single page to duplex? So what we typically say is open your scanner and initiate scanning directly from your ScanSnap, and the software will come up depending on the profile that you've selected. Some profiles will launch our software. Other profiles will scan directly to your filing system or directly to Neat. So it just all depends on the profile that you're using. As ScanSnap is defaulted, we will do duplex scanning and eliminate blank pages, so you don't have to choose between. And I did see another question come out about, are all ScanSnap scanners duplex? All of our models with, I believe, the iX 100 and the SV600, all of the other models are duplex. Michael, did I answer that correctly?
That's right on. Exactly.
Excellent. I see another ScanSnap question that has come in from Bruce. Bruce asked, "Hey, is ScanSnap Home keeping up with every Mac OS upgrade?" A common question that we see with the Neat Scan utility too.
So to answer that question, it's a bit of a chasing strategy, right? So Mac makes a change, or they have a new processor that they're introducing, or they make a new operating change. That's great. Apple's such an innovative company; they're always improving things, and so when those things do happen, if the scanner that we have is supported, which is all of the scanners, the iX 1500s and the ones that you've been seeing, yes, our development team quickly gets on that. Now, I will tell you that our team is always doing what they can to get in on those betas. So as Apple is dispatching those things, our team is getting onto it. I think where we've had some problems in the past, and some people may have experienced this, is that when we get those betas, those aren't the finals. And sometimes Apple does, pulls the rug out from under us, and they make a change in the final that wasn't in the beta, and we have to then go back and fix it. But yes, the answer to that question is we do. It just sometimes happens a little bit later than we would like. But our goal is always to get those updates done by the time that the release candidate is dispatched.
Excellent. So let's see. Let's maybe answer like one more question. I see an interesting one here about ScanSnap scanners. So Michael asks, what's the difference between the iX1600 standard and receipt models? Which one works best with Neat?
So I would recommend the iX1600 standard model. The receipt edition has some additional optimization for basically scanning to a QuickBooks account, but that's not really going to be necessary for this type of integration. I recommend the iX1600, the other 1600 standard model, white or black would be the best one. As Scott pointed out during his part of the presentation, setting up the profile to Neat is extremely easy. Within 5 steps, you can do that. But the other great thing about the iX1600 standard edition is that it's wide open, meaning that while you're scanning your receipts to the Neat database in order to do all of that magical processing that they do, you're able to go ahead and set up other profiles for other purposes, such as scanning content to Dropbox, maybe other documents not associated with receipts, setting up a profile to scan to a Google Photos, for example, if you wanted to make a very quick process of scanning a lot of photographs into Google Photos or something of that nature. You can create those profiles. And the wonderful thing about the iX1600 with that touch panel is that you can change your disposition, your flow, just with one button push. Hit that profile, it's going here. Hit that profile, it's going there. And you're able to do that very quickly.
Awesome. Thank you, Michael. That's great. So I think we'll probably wrap it up there. I see that there are definitely still some questions that are coming in. Like I said, don't worry. Any question that we have not answered, we'll get an answer. We'll follow up with you via email and make sure your question is answered. So I think that's it. Scott, Michael, was there anything else that you guys wanted to talk about before we wrapped up for the day?
Well, Nicole, I just wanted to say thanks again for having us join today's webcast. It was great to talk about the perfect integration between our products. And it was really great to hear from the attendees. My eyes kept going over to the chat session to just see all the great comments. As you mentioned, we'll get through to any questions that we didn't answer during the webcast. And the webcast will be available in the library. So it was great. Michael, I just saw a comment from one of our loyal customers who used to meet us at Macworld. Those were great events. I miss Macworld. So, and a lot of customers who have used their ScanSnap for well over 10 years. That's what it's all about. As I mentioned before, we're part of Rico Group, but nothing changes. Our entire company, all of our design engineers, our factories, everything remains the same. So please rest assured that the only thing that's going to change is we're going to continue to innovate our scanning solutions and optimize them to work great with Neat. And there's so much you can do with our products. Neat really brings out the best in all that you can do once you digitize your receipts. So I just wanted to say thanks again, and we look forward to seeing everyone on the next webinar.
I want to say that same thing. One of the things that makes ScanSnap the amazing product that it is that we really control that experience of the actual scanning experience. We provide that pristine digital image on the back end. But I love the marriage between the ScanSnap physical aspect of scanning and the great experience that Neat provides once that receipt gets there. What a great partnership of experience.
Absolutely. Michael, Scott, thank you guys so much. I'm also super excited about the ScanSnap Neat integration and just making it even easier for our customers to get organized and manage their documents and manage their expenses. I look forward to answering all of these questions. Thank you everyone who joined today. It's great to see all this activity and all this excitement around this integration. As Scott said, we're going to make this webinar available with within our library so that you can watch it in the future, however often you'd like to. And everyone here will also receive a recording in an email shortly after this of this webinar. I think we'll go ahead and we'll wrap it up there. Again, big thanks to Michael and Scott for joining us here today on our webinar. Thank you to all who joined us, and we will be seeing you soon.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Have a great day.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.